right? And lecture 8, chapter 4. It's going to be a very short lecture, maybe 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes. We're not going to finish in any way. So, what are the objectives? Those on the back there, okay? The objectives is describe decision-making process. First, what is a decision? What is decision-making? And what is the decision-making process? So, decision-making is a process. Explain the 3 main approaches to decision-making. So, you can make decisions in 3 fundamentally different ways. I'll be giving an example with me personal, how I make decision to come and teach here, okay? Next one is describe types of decisions. So, some decisions are relatively easy, some decisions are more difficult. An example of what we call difficult is a decision that you don't do often, which has a huge effect on your life. For me, decision will be to come and teach here. I'm changing people, changing culture, leaving my friends, leaving my apartment, leaving my BMW, a lot of other things, okay, to come and teach in a new country, new people, new environment, work permit, all right? I gotta get a new mobile, new scooter, new everything in life. So, and it's a decision that will be important. We still got people there. Those on the back there. Is it the other room? All right, so example of an easy decision is, do I drink Coke or do I drink Pepsi? Do I have for dinner rice or do I have noodle? Okay, not a big deal. I got watermelon and I got mango. Do I eat watermelon? Do I eat mango? Well, this decision I do often. I do often, and it's not very important. It doesn't have a big difference in my life, okay? I'm going to eat fruit. It doesn't matter whether it's mango or papaya. Okay? Same thing, okay? No big difference. And discuss group decision making. So, how groups make decisions. How groups make decisions. Finally, discuss some modern or contemporary issues in managerial decision making. Okay, we begin with the decision making. The key word is process. Process, which I'll explain in a minute. What is a process? Process is a sequence of steps that you have to go through to accomplish something. So, decision-making process is the steps you have to go through to make a decision. So, the first step in every decision-making process is identifying the problem. The camera guy can probably zoom in on the first one here. He's too busy. Zoom in on identifying the problem. So, yeah, doesn't it? Yeah. Zoom in with the camera on the first one here. Okay? You gotta move the camera. Gotta move the camera. Right? It's called an education. Okay? So, he is learning the process of zooming in, okay? So you zoom in here, you keep, and then we're just going to move to the next one, okay? So it's called a learning process. Remember when I asked you on the back there, the one that the two of you are laughing, well, what is it? You're a bad person that you don't want to record? I said, no, I don't know how to do it, right? Well, he doesn't know either. He's learning now. So, the problem is, I'm hungry, okay? So, we begin with identification of a problem. The problem is I'm hungry. The simple solution is I gotta eat, but I need to go through the step. Do I eat fruit? Do I have a regular meal? Okay? Do I make me a juice? So the first step in every decision-making problem or process is identifying a problem. When I arrived here, the first problem that I got was I need mobile. I need a mobile. So, I need to find out where I get a mobile, where I get a SIM card, which telecommunications company I use. So I asked, which company? They told me, well, get AIS, okay? Next step was, where do I buy a SIM card? So, they tell me go 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven to buy a SIM card, okay? And then, it had very little charge. I need to recharge, okay? So I asked, well, how do I recharge, okay? So, telecommunication is basically my first need. My second problem was, how do I get from here to there? Turns out that going to the mall takes 50 minutes walking. That's too much time. It's like 4 kilometers, okay? Too much time. So, I have to, the problem is walking is too much time. I need a form of transportation, okay? So basically, there is a need, the need creates a problem, and you gotta solve the problem. Once you've identified the problem, you now move to the next step is identification of decision criteria, okay? So, once it gets visible, you zoom out a little bit again, all right? It's a learning process. So, you identify decision whether to choose this telecommunication or that telecommunication company, okay? Well, I have to identify, well, first of all, what is it I want? I want cheap minutes. I want company which is relatively cheaper, but cheap is not so important. Another important thing is that I can easily recharge. I can easily buy a top-up, okay? The other criteria is I want to have a good coverage. So I can go anywhere around the Phuket Island and have coverage. Let's say no signal, right? So it is not just the cheapest one. I got other criteria. Same thing for transportation. Oh, I want transportation. Yes, I want it to be cheap. That's true. But I also want it to be this and this and this, okay? So in every decision, you need to find out how you're going to decide. So, you need to find what is important. What is important. Now we go to the next step. And the next step is telling you what is, in other words, allocation of weights to criteria. This means what is the most important thing. Then what is the second most important. Then third, what is the third most important. So in the second step, you identify those things that are important. Now you identify, oh, the most important is this, and then this, and then this, and finally, this is not really important. For example, for a motorcycle, I want it to be, let's say, easy to ride, this, and this. The last thing which I care about is a brand name. I don't care. Suzuki, okay. Honda, okay. Yamaha, okay. The brand name doesn't matter to me. Alright, you two guys. Okay. So, next one is development of alternatives. So, by the time I was here 5 or 6 days, alternatives means solution 1, solution 2, solution 3, solution 4. I need to find different solutions. For motorbike, there are only 2 types of solution. Number 1 is buy the motorcycle. Number 2 is rent the motorcycle. Okay, so I can buy it, I can rent it. Okay, and within these, the answer for me is clearly, of course, I will rent, not yet buy. If I will stay here 1 more year, okay? So my contract here is 5 months now. If they extend my new contract for 1 more year, okay, it will be more beneficial for me to purchase a motorcycle. If I stay here 5 months, it's better to rent, not buy, okay? So, I've decided that I will rent. Now, what I need to do is I go to different places where they rent motorcycles. I go and ask, how much is the rent here? This is still alternative. How much is the rent here? What kind of motorcycle? How many cc? Is it 110? Is it 125? Is it manual gear? Is it automatic? Okay? So, I develop the alternative. So basically, I go through 5 or 6 different places. I ask for each one, what's the price? What are the bikes? What are the terms? Okay? For 1 month to rent. And then I analyze. I say, well, I like this place, but I won't like that place. I like this place for this. So basically, I say, I see all the different places where I want to rent, and I analyze which one. And then comes the next one is choose. Select an alternative means basically make a decision, make a choice. So selecting the alternative is the choice. I finally make the choice. I'm going to go here. Well, essentially, the intermediate step which I did in the analysis of alternatives, I asked the Office of International Gear, the IAC, which is an office at the university that helps foreign professors with different things. Say, hey guys, can you get a student to help me with a motorcycle? And one of the guys says, sure, I'll come with you. We're going to go to 2 or 3 places. We're going to talk. We're going to make the contract and everything else. So the guy came with me. We went to 3 places. And he says, okay, this motorcycle is not very good. He said, don't take it. It's got a problem with the gear, okay? And then we say, okay, well, what about this one? It's got a problem with the brake. Not good bike, okay? And then went to the 3rd place. He said, yeah, this bike is good and the price is good. Let's take this one. So he helped me in the analysis of the alternatives. I still go to 3 places, but he helped me analyze this place where they gave us 1 bike, which had a little bit of a problem. Then we go to the 2nd place. He says, no, this bike is a brake problem. You don't want to get a brake problem, okay? And then he says, yeah, this bike looks good. Give it a try. And I said, okay, why not? So he helped me with the analysis and the selection. And finally, the student helped me with the implementation. The implementation is, okay, we take the bike. Give me a little contract, write me a document, give me a receipt that I paid, show me the insurance on the bike, right? The bike must have insurance, right? Show me the insurance, give me the keys, I pay him the price, the student looks and says, okay, everything's good, you can go home, enjoy the ride, okay? And then there's one last piece. The last piece is camera, sleeping. The last piece is you gotta move and zoom into this piece, which is evaluation of decision effectiveness. So, I've been riding the bike for 28 days. And after 2 days, I have to either return the bike or pay and rent it for 1 more month. So right now the bike's got one little problem. When the bike is very cold, did not start during the day, when it starts, it takes about 1 minute to warm up. And if I try real hard, it just dies, okay? So a little bit of a problem, but I learned to handle it. Don't give too much gas. Keep the gas just a little bit for the first 1 or 2 minutes. Once I go for about half kilometer and the bike warms up, problem disappears. I say, bike is okay, I like it, I learned how to do it. So far okay, I will renew for 1 more month, okay? Absolutely similar is the situation with choosing a job over here. I'm not going to go through. But you understand is that every, and that's important, every decision has these steps that they go through. So, back to the one. Here is a problem. Problem means discrepancy or difference between existing state and desired state. In other words, between what you want and what you have. For transportation, I have my feet. I use my legs and I want motorcycle. That's the one type. Another one is I am hungry and I want to be full. So the problem is I'm hungry. I want to be full. So of course the solution is eat, but eat what? Eat where? Okay? Stuff like that. So here's an example. Yesterday we actually have professors study. We had a class. They teach us Thai language. Okay? In Thai class finish 8 o'clock. In 8 o'clock I am hungry. I want to eat. And I asked some of the colleagues, some of the professors could study with me. Hey guys, you want to go right across the street here and eat together? And here's what I'm thinking. Well, if they want to come and we eat together, we go and eat together. If they don't, I'm just going to go home and eat salad. Okay? No big deal. So one I say, well, I already had my dinner at 6:30 before I came. And I want to say, oh, I already have my food cooked at home. And I said, okay, nobody wants, I'll just eat at home. Again, back to the problem. The problem is 8 o'clock, I'm hungry, I want to eat, okay? And I have different alternatives and I have to choose one of them. I will eat anyway. But the question is, do I eat out or do I eat at home? Okay? So, with respect to a car, but also similar for mobile, similar for the motorcycle, is which are the typical decision criteria. Criteria is something you look in order to decide. I go one place and they tell me, oh, price to rent is 4,000. Another place, they tell me 3,500. And we go to another place, they say 2,500. Say, oh, price is important. It's a big difference. So, usually, price is important when you make a purchase. Or when you make a decision. Any kind of decision usually has a cost, has a price. So, price is typically an important decision. When buying a car, the model is important. Similar, when I buy a mobile, the model is important. Well, originally the brand name, is it going to be Apple iPhone? Is it going to be Galaxy, right? Or is it going to be Sony Ericsson, okay? Now, when I was doing my purchase, my most important criterion was the operating system. The operating system iOS, which is used by Apple, is closed. We call it proprietary. While the Galaxy uses Android, and on Android is open source. And open source is first free, applications are free, anyone can make applications, and I understand the benefits of open source operating system or open source software. So for me, the most important thing in buying phone was the operating system. Once I chose to be Android, I asked the next question, which is, which are the better Android phones, okay? And they gave me a list of, well, Nokia's got an Android, Galaxy is an Android, Sony Ericsson's got an Android. So you basically choose the model based on it, or the brand name. Another piece was size. Size applies for the car, size applies for a little motorcycle, but size applies for a mobile, okay? Do you want a huge screen, big screen, small screen? And we all want size which is optimal. Optimal means not too big, not too small. All right, let's call these guys because, all right, give me a second. All right. Now, question is, does it make them bad kids because they talk? Because they're too noisy? Because they disturb the rest of the neighborhood? Does it make them bad? Well, again, not necessarily. It depends on the time of the day, okay? It depends on how they time, okay? Now, it will make them bad if I actually tell them we have class, and after that, they continue to do it, okay? There's a big difference. Yeah, they didn't know there was a class, or they, well, now that they know, they should, okay? So, back to size. Size, we want to be optimal. Optimal means not too big, not too small, okay? Not too big, not too small. Now, I'm thinking about motorcycle. What will be an optimal engine size? I think 110 is a little bit too little. 500, 600, 800 is a little bit too much. So for me, optimal size is 200. A little more powerful, not too much. Or 250, okay? 2 or 250. So I'm looking to see if I renew my contract here. Okay? And if I buy a motorcycle, I am, what I'm doing now, evaluating on this market, meaning if I can buy a motorcycle which is 200 or 250, okay? I already got 125, I know how it runs, okay? So, you want to check for the size. Now, I'm going through the same process because I'm buying a motorcycle. I'm checking different manufacturers. I already checked what Honda has. I already checked what Yamaha has, okay? So I'll be checking Suzuki, okay? And I'll be also checking to see Chinese manufacturers, okay? They have some motorcycles, they're supposedly cheaper. I want to evaluate them. So I'm looking for opportunities. Finally, optional equipment. Yeah, if you're buying mobile, you want to know, does it have 4 GB of memory? Or 8 gig. Who's going to go and tell them we still have class? Or, yeah, anyone? Can anyone go outside the room? You see, no initiative here. Everyone's like this. Everyone's like this. You sit back, you relax, and watching. Watching what? That the other guy doing, right? The other guys, what is it you're doing? You're watching if she's gonna do it, right? And what is it you do? You watch if somebody else is, and everyone is sitting like that. We call this initiative, meaning no initiative. No one, what is it? Is it nobody cares? You just don't care? Do you care about class quality? Right? Well, if you care, just go and tell them. Or you don't, oh, that's too much. Oh, I gotta walk from here to there. It's gonna take 5 seconds, 7 steps. It's a big effort. What's gonna happen, right? You see, this is what we call part of the culture, okay? Doesn't make you a bad person. It's just, oh, I'm shy. You can't go and tell them, right? Right? Oh, but same thing for you, same thing for you, same thing for everybody else, right? Well, if that's the case, then we got a social problem. And the social problem is these guys keep talking. They're a major disturbance to the class, right? We're wasting time, right? Instead of talking about what we're supposed, right? We're trying to get some order and discipline, and we don't get. And I gotta make a decision. Do I want to continue like this? Or I sit back, right? A decision. Is it worth it? Should we continue? Or what? We just wait for 5 or 10 minutes. We waste the time, right? And then when these guys are finally out, we get back to normal. We get back to school, right? Okay, so these are all decisions we have to make. And finally, fuel economy, when you're buying a bike. Now, when you're buying mobile, does it run 1 day on battery, or 2 days, or 3 days, okay? One of the biggest problems with Galaxy, it's got a big screen. And the big screen is hungry, meaning thirsty for power, thirsty for battery, okay? It barely lasts a day, day and a half, okay? So it's a major disadvantage because the big screen means lots of power, okay? Lots of power. So you outline the basic criteria. What is it you like? What is it you don't like? And repair records, okay? Repair records, supposedly Honda is reliable. Breaks very little, okay? And let's say Chinese motorcycles, maybe they break down a lot. Well, maybe now they're a lot more reliable. Do you guys have here Korean motorcycles? Korean motorbikes, good or not good? All right? So, back to this. When you make a decision, you need to decide what is important and what is not important. We call these decision factors. Decision factors. This is the same as identification of decision criteria. Okay, and let's see that we finish today. Okay, that's good enough. We continue from here next time after the quiz, right? Okay? Finish.